Welcome back. It is time that you have been waiting for. It is the 2025-2026 season announcement. And if you can't tell from the logo behind us, we're literally going back in time. And we all have our trapper keepers in the office. We don't have one on the table.
I know, it's here in the room, it's here in the room,
Mine's
yes.
over there, mine's over there.
But we're really pointing it out because we're going to start with our very first show, Back to the Future, September 30th through October 5th. Now,
Sweet.
I saw this. You saw it on Broadway
I
too,
did
didn't
too,
you?
absolutely.
And the show just blew me away.
It truly is all about the nostalgia, and the technology is mind-blowing. I mean, when I saw it, we both saw it in the Winter Garden, that the technology literally came out over the audience. I would love to give away the ending of that show, and you know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm not going to do it. It is truly amazing, mind-blowing. It's like, how did they do that? But it follows the movie exactly. It's all your favorite characters and stories.
It follows the movie mostly. They had to make a few changes to make it be on stage.
Okay.
Oh boy.
They're good changes
Yes.
that really play
Absolutely.
into it. It's
Yes, yes,
fantastic.
yes.
Well,
I'm
for
telling-
someone who has not seen it, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Oh, we're
Don't
not going
tell
to say
me.
what the changes are.
Yes, yes.
We got to show you the door and let you buy a ticket and walk through.
Well,
the door.
yes.
Yes,
that's-
absolutely.
But you know, one cool thing when you saw it in the Winter Garden, they have all these LEDs running down the sides of the walls, and it's very techno looking. I'm very curious how that's going to translate to being on the road.
Okay.
But you've got Marty McFly, you've got the guitar scene, you've got the 1.21 gigawatts scene.
Yep.
Exactly.
And it's just, I cannot say enough good things about it.
Very
And,
excited.
Something interesting is Lucas, who was in Mean Girls with us, and he taught the student workshop. He's currently playing George McFly on tour.
Okay.
So who knows if he'll be here still? But
I hope
it's
he
pretty
will.
cool. Yes.
I hope
Absolutely.
that he will. Well, the tour just got started, so he
Yep.
should
Yeah.
still be with
Lucas
it.
Hallower.
So, anything else about Back to the Future?
You want to say the dates?
Oh, I said it when I started, but it's September 30th through October 5th.
Thank you.
right.
And it's,
Thank you. That makes me feel better.
it's after summer break
Yes.
and before
Perfect.
before Halloween. Matter of fact, it's the perfect way to pre-game Halloween. I'm just saying. Get you a Back to the Future costume, come to the show.
I bet you there's going to be a lot of little red vests running around the
Oh,
concert
right.
hall during that one.
I bet
Yes.
you so too. Are you with the Coast Guard Auxiliary?
So what's coming up next?
Mr. Kipley?
Next, we have the musical about corn. Shucked.
Corn?
Shucked the musical is here December 16th through the 21st. It is very hilarious. Like, it's just joke, 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 joke. I mean, they're just coming at you, and like some of them take a minute, and then you're like laughing at two jokes before, and you have another one coming. It is really one of the funniest shows I've seen in a long time. We saw it together on a field trip to Nashville, and yeah, and it has a score by Brandy Clark, who has writes songs for a lot of people like Ben Platt and Casey Musgroves and a lot of people in Nashville. But it's just really fun. I think it's the perfect show to see right now when we just want to like escape from our reality and just laugh.
So are you telling me it's corny?
It is so corny. Yes.
I was
yes.
going to ask you if we needed a podiatrist.
Well, yeah,
Well, you might
you
anyway.
might see one in this show. So
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think it's what Huntsville needs. Yes.
I will tell you, I started in New York, of course, and I laughed from beginning to end just like you did, but I walked out of there and went, oh, no, it's coming. I don't care. It's coming.
Right.
Because I knew that Huntsville would just absolutely die laughing over it.
Absolutely, and the characters are just so relatable, and you know, and it is funny, but you also have a character, her name is Lulu, and she has this incredible like 11 o'clock number called Independently Owned, I think.
yes, that's
and
correct.
it just brings the house down.
Every
so
time.
amidst all the like lightheartedness and stuff, like then you're just whooped with this like incredible powerhouse actor voice, and yeah, it delivers.
What I love about this is the first two shows I have not seen.
Oh, okay.
So, I
Whoa.
mean, this is just when we talk about bringing shows to Huntsville, we're bringing experiences that people, not everybody can go up to New York, right?
Sure,
Not
sure.
everybody can go to Chicago or London or wherever to see a show. We're bringing these shows to Huntsville, Alabama, and I'm just thrilled that we're getting both.
So the first two shows are premieres.
They are premieres.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to say about Shucked. because while it had a successful Broadway run, it had a short Broadway run. So a lot of people may not know the title, but just investigate it just a little bit, and you'll find out that it is really as funny as he made it out to be.
Well, and it's funny because it was originally the premise on all this was it started with the idea of hee-haw. That's how it started.
Okay.
Really?
Yes, exactly.
Salud.
Exactly. There you go.
And also, Reba McEntire is a huge fan of the show. Like, she was not hired to be a spokesperson or anything like that, but she just loved it so much that she just kept talking about it. So she's the unofficial spokesperson for Shuck.
And wasn't she in the audience in Nashville the night before we saw it?
She was. Yes. Yes.
She was,
Well,
she was, she
maybe
was.
she'll be in the audience.
Oh, Reba, we're
Hey,
inviting
Reba,
you.
come on down, girl.
Opening night, Reba.
So we've got two great comedy musicals to
Yes.
start out with, and then we're going to jazz it up a little bit.
Jazz, let's go to New Orleans. Hadestown is finally coming. It's been on Broadway for 6 full years. It is an incredible, incredible show. Of course, won the 2019 Tony Award for Best Musical. It is about 2 Greek stories that have been brought together. It's kind of like about, the lowly people, the poor people type of thing, trying to rise up and challenge the power, challenge the authority. It has done wonderful things on Broadway, and we're glad it's finally coming to Huntsville, January 9 through 11 for 5 big performances. Now, Heather, is this one you've seen?
I have seen this
I
one.
nice.
so
want to
I'm
see the
really
reaction. I want to see the
excited.
reaction.
I have been fighting for this one.
Oh, nice.
To that this comes to Huntsville. It is the music to me just makes it the music, the scenery, the costumes, the dance. I mean everything that you get in a Broadway musical, but it is an emotional journey, and it's going to tug at you a little bit because you want to go there, but then you don't want to go there. I mean, it is Hadestown.
It is Hadestown, that's correct. Awesome, awesome. Wonderful. So what do we have next?
Oh my gosh.
She's going to sing again.
No, well, I will sing again, and I shouldn't sing again.
Oh,
so
you
there are
should. I
things
actually
that
thought it
you
was
should
very
and
good.
shouldn't do, but the hills are alive. But my favorite song in this, because I'm a hiker, is Climb Every Mountain. The Sound of Music is coming, and I am so thrilled. And this is one that has been here before.
It was last year, 2017, I think? Okay, the big difference between now and then, of course, the last time it was here, I mean, completely sold out, the entire
show
thing.
weekend.
And that's why it's coming back for a full week. And I will say this, the New York agent that we got it from, they're going to be announcing very, very soon the star that will be in this show, Sound of Music. The only thing, in the office, it's funny, we've been talking about, is it going to be Maria? Is it going to be Captain Von Trapp? Or is it going to be Mother Superior? That's a starring role.
Yes.
Last time it was here, Mother Superior, I mean, she knocked it out of 2 ballparks.
Exactly. She was amazing. And the Sound of Music is when?
The Sound of Music is January 27th through February 1st. Awesome. But I looked at this. It's been 65. This is 65 years old for 65 years.
Mm-hmm.
which
Well, I mean,
is-
some classics never go out of
they
style.
never go out of style.
I feel like The Sound of Music is similar to Peter Pan and being the show that started it all, like with young people seeing it, and then it started their love of theater that they have their whole lives. So I think it's a very important show too.
Yeah, and people know the music. I mean, how many of us learned to read and sing? Do, a dear, a female dear, ray, a drop of golden sun.
So I have a funny Sound of Music story. This is so weird. The very first compact disc I ever got, somebody gave me the Sound of Music soundtrack.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that you played Mother Superior out front.
I did. I was literally a big sister.
You were a big
and that was
sister.
a great time.
Yes, it was.
So from the Sound of Music, and if you haven't noticed yet, there's kind of a trend going on with most of our shows this season. So we'll move on to one of my favorites on the lineup.
Yes, so the next one is called Anne Juliet. And basically, it tells the story of what would happen if Juliet didn't die.
Oh.
So what would her life be like? So it takes this whole other twist, and you have Shakespeare in it. You have his wife, whose name is Anne Hathaway, which is ridiculous and hilarious. And it takes partially it's in Italy and Verona, and then they're in Paris at the nightclubs, and it's just a really feel-good show. And Romeo comes in later, which is hilarious, and it's just all
So
these.
he's not dead?
Well, he is dead,
He is?
but he's not a
not
zombie.
dead.
Exactly. You have to
You
see
just gotta see it.
Yeah.
And,
He
and,
makes an appearance.
and
Yes.
how the chemistry between Shakespeare and his wife and how much she reflects what happens in this
Yeah.
show makes it for
Love
me
it.
personally.
I completely agree that this show is completely hysterically funny. But what I love the most is the marrying of history with the present music, much like Six the musical,
Yes.
much like
Yes.
Hamilton. That is a thing, and they do this show just top notch, and it couldn't be more funny, more engaging, and more entertaining.
So if you're one of the 13,000 people that saw Six,
Yes.
you
This
are
is
going
here for you and
Yes,
You will
Julia.
this
love
is
it.
right up your alley.
Yes, it is perfect. Like with the history, you're right. With the history, and then the music. That like since you've been gone, and Backstreet Boys, and like every song, you're like, I know this song. I love
Yes,
this song.
you're going to be singing the entire
Yeah.
way through.
Yes.
And what are the dates on it?
Oh, the dates are February 24th through March 1st. Another full week.
So,
we go.
guys, that makes a great Valentine's present. You give it to her on Valentine's Day, bring her to the show a week later,
Yes.
and you are set.
All right.
So, the next one we saved especially for you again.
I love it. This is family show because the movie was. Hello, Huntsville! Mrs. Doubtfire is coming to Huntsville.
March
and
27 through 29,
it
yes?
is March 27.
Okay, so what's your favorite part of Mrs. Doubtfire, the movie?
I would say when Mrs. Doubtfire puts the
Yes.
powder pancake on.
Yes.
Every bit of that movie of the having to change, having to kind of get out of your own skin and get into another skin and learning how that is. I mean, there's an amazing message in Mrs. Doubtfire. But the fun of Mrs. Doubtfire and the true joy of family.
Robin Williams is amazing in so many ways, but in this role, I mean, everybody just loved him so much,
Yeah.
and all the voices and all the crazy things
I
that
know.
came out. It's run by floating.
Yeah.
My favorite scene.
Yes, but it's like he's so funny, so funny.
Yeah.
But it's so sweet because he would do anything for his family.
Anything
and
for
that's
his
what it's
family.
about,
Yes.
really.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
it's really sweet.
Can't miss it.
So, once again, we come to you with the serious side of life.
I know.
Do you need
yeah.
a Kleenex?
No, I don't. Last spring, a year ago, we were in April. We were in New York, and we all saw a series of shows. And actually, Chip ended up going to see Water for Elephants. He wasn't going to see it, but he's like, "Okay, I'll see it." Which he's very stoic and very reserved, and he came back like a blubbering baby.
He did.
And he was so touched, and I was just like, it piqued my interest, and I thought, okay. And then so we were asked about this show, and when Will and I went back up, I saw it, and it just gutted me. It just a beautiful, warm, inspiring story, all about a circus, way back in the 1930s, and it takes place back there, but then it also takes place in present day because the guy who, when he gets older, he gets dementia. And he travels in his mind back to the time when he was in the circus. And there's a scene, the puppetry is amazing, the music is beautiful, and there's a scene that guts me every time I think about it, and there's a horse that has to be put down.
He might need those tissues.
I know. But, in the end, everything works out, and it's hopeful, and it lifts you up, and
Stop.
Yeah.
I know. Yes.
Okay, let's talk. Is it like I see it being a circus? Is it colorful and vibrant?
Oh, all
and
of those
beautiful?
things. Yes.
And then you
yes.
said puppetry.
Yes, all the animals in the show are puppets.
Yes.
There's a huge elephant and a horse, and
They're beautiful
And
puppets.
the puppets are just beautiful. Kip and I really connect on this show because we love musicals that that can be kind of tragic in some way.
Happy,
but they're-
sad.
Happy sad. The happy
is our
sad. Yes.
favorite.
you know, but it lifts you up and it takes you on this great, amazing journey. And for me, like, I equate it to something like a Billy Elliot. I mean, not thematically, but the way that the musical moves you.
And it's also about the community, like being in the circus and like traveling with the circus and that being your family. And there were so many hardships and things that happened over the years, but they're a family and it still has a very hopeful message at the end. It just makes you think they chose this and they have no regrets.
And they went through all of these trials and tribulations, but in the end, they
Yeah.
come out with this ray of hope that you know, everything is going to be great. And it is. And it ends up wonderful.
It is.
I read this
So,
book
yeah.
many years ago.
Well,
so
and that's the thing.
I'm very, very excited about
The
seeing it.
the book is amazing. There was also a movie version of this, but I will tell you, I think the best of the three is going to be the production live on stage.
Same.
You were going to walk out and you're just going to be like,
May 5th through 10th.
May 5th through 10th.
It's one of those that really
Keep us on track.
Yes, get us on track.
it
Yes.
needs to be really seen on stage.
Yeah.
So that wraps up all of our season shows.
There you go.
And if you didn't notice the trend, most of our shows are 7-week runs because this is the year we kind of transition to being a full serving Broadway market.
Absolutely.
Full week runs. So that brings us to some specials.
Specials.
So I'm going to start off with a rumble in the building.
All right.
Earthquake.
Maybe it's just excited. Maybe that was my rolling
That's it.
music.
Yeah.
because
That's it.
This is going to be rocking in the concert hall. It's going to be loud. It's going to be rumbly. It's PlayStation, the concert on October 23rd. Once again, after summer break, before Thanksgiving. Before Thanksgiving and Halloween. But it takes all of your favorite PlayStation characters from Horizon, The Last of Us, God of War. It puts them in the concert hall with awesome music to go with them and tell different stories of these characters out of their elements.
Do you want to know why I'm most excited about this? What I'm most excited about? Most of the time when gamers are playing, what are they doing? They're by themselves. They have headsets on and they have controllers in their hand, right?
Right.
So you take that experience that you're happening like that, and now you're going to be with 1,900 other people sitting there, and all this is just going to like rush over you, and it's going to envelop you, and it's going to draw everybody in. And you know there's nothing like the experience when you're experiencing with other people because you
Absolutely.
feed off of everybody's energy.
Right.
And this thing will be amazingly over the top.
I've been to, my son's actually been to a PlayStation show before, and I've been to several that are done like this, and they are phenomenal and such a fun atmosphere.
And I feel like the same audience for Back to the Future is going to be very interested in this as well.
Oh, yes, they certainly
Yeah,
are.
So that'll be great for them.
So you're going to have videos and video screens and then live soloists.
Yes.
All the musicians are live, yes. And I
Fantastic.
will tell you, it's funny, the video screens are actually taller than the stage. They're huge.
Yeah.
They're like 40 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they're huge.
these are characters that you're used to seeing on like this side screen. Now you're seeing Nathan Drake from Uncharted, King Kong size.
Yes.
And they are amazing.
And-
And they do very well wherever they go.
Okay, what's up next?
Miss Heather?
Miss Heather?
The choir man is back.
Give everybody a pint.
I know. Well, 9 good-looking men in a pub on stage, and they serve beer, right?
Yeah.
To the
Oh,
audience.
yeah, and they let you come up on stage
Yes.
too.
Oh, I'm in.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this was such a fun performance when they were here last. When the harmonies, the melody, everything that they do has a purpose and a direction, and it is pure fun. But you're going to be locked in a pub for the entire time they're here.
Hey,
Nice.
life's always
We
better
can
in a
do
pub,
that.
I'd
No
say.
problem.
And it's here, when is it here?
Choir of Man is here February 13th and 14th.
Ooh, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh,
So
yeah,
the boys
yummy,
and the girls
yummy.
will both like it.
So we moved from one performance last time they're here
Yes,
to three
three.
performances this time.
Yes, yes,
Hey.
yes.
Love it.
Friday night and 2 on
Well,
Saturday.
and I love those 1 o'clock beer performance. I mean, I'm just saying,
Uber.
a little day drinker.
Uber.
Perfect.
Okay, so that's our specials. Now we're going to let Kip introduce our first kids show.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
you go ahead and tell us what it is.
Okay, so the first kids show, which there will be 3 performances, is October 21st, and it is Dino Light.
Dynamite!
Yes, exactly.
I know.
You can't unhear it.
But it's presented by Lightwire Theater.
Yes, Lightwire Theater.
And for those of you that may remember, and there were 1,200 of you there, so I hope you do, they brought A Very Electric Christmas to the concert hall a couple of years ago, and it was a smash hit.
Right.
Both of the daytime school shows were packed to the rafters, and that night families came out and they just raved and raved about it. And you said after that, it should come every year.
I did. I said every year when we're talking bringing shows, I'm like, let's bring back for Christmas, A Very Electric Christmas.
And this is almost better because this is by the same people. It's the same idea, but it's a different show.
It's a different
Yes.
show, but the main character, which is a bird from Very Electric Christmas, is in this show too.
Ah, nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and this group, Lightwire Theater, they got their game to fame on America's Got Talent.
Yes.
Yes, very cool.
And this is puppetry also.
It is, yep.
It's-
Puppetry and lights.
It's
And
lights, it's blacked out, and everything's done. All the characters are neon, so you can't see the people behind them. You just see the light version of the characters.
And they won the Jim Henson Foundation grant. Is how the show came about being. So anything that has Jim Henson's name on it obviously is going to be huge in the puppetry world, and it combines puppetry, dance, theater, technology, just glow in the dark fabulousness. I think so. It's going to
Very
be
cool.
great.
Families are going to love this.
Yes, they are.
It's great. And then our other show that we have for kids is the Popovich Comedy Pet Theater. Which I took both my boys to see it when they were little, and it is hilarious. I mostly remember the dogs. Apparently there were animals back then too.
yes, there were cats and dogs, yes.
But I guess it's just because I'm more of a dog person, but I remember all the dog tricks and the one on the ball, and it's fantastic. And even though he's a clown, it still works.
Well, I have loved Gregory Popovich for decades because we first had him here actually 20 years ago.
Oh wow!
Yes,
That's
and
one of my boys.
it was one of our very, very first educational shows that we brought in, and he is hysterically funny. And you're amazed that he can get these cats to sit there and stay put and not run off.
Oh,
you know?
I have 2 cats. And you know what I love about this? Well, first of all, they don't listen to me at all. They run everything. But these are rescue dogs, and rescue cats. And
that's my favorite
That's my
part.
favorite part is, these are animals that are like, hey, we're here for you because he was here for us.
February 11 and 12, Popovich Comedy Pet Theater. We have 3 great performances, 2 for schools and 1 for families. We hope we'll see you there. And what's next?
You have a special announcement
I
that
know.
we just heard.
I've been in this business since 1993, and there are times throughout the history that there are truly special moments. And in 2001 and 2008, when I got to spend time with Hal Holbrook, of course, married to Dixie Carter, which you call me Julia
We
often.
love Julia Sugarbaker.
Yes. Well, Hal Holbrook, this is a role that he created. Actually, he performed for over 60 years. He originally started doing it in the 50s, and he did a lifetime of performances. Both times, it was in Huntsville. Mark Twain Tonight, completely sold out. And it's all the stories of Mark Twain. It's his stories, it's his humorous anecdotes, all these things that are told from the perspective of Mark Twain himself. Well, last season, we had the distinct pleasure of welcoming Mr. Richard Thomas in To Kill a Mockingbird. And Mr. Richard Thomas will be here in Mark Twain Tonight for 2 performances, December 5 and 6. We could not be more over the moon to welcome him back, but also to welcome back this great body of work of Mr. Mark Twain. So I hope everyone is super excited about it. I know that we are. We all love Richard Thomas, and we can't wait to have him back.
Yeah, that's
And
exciting.
he just closed an amazing performance in our town on Broadway with
Sure
some
did.
really big names.
Really big names, absolutely. So, is that everything? Is that all we got? Is that all we got?
That's a lot.
That's all we got
That's a
except the
lot.
information these people need about how to get their
I
tickets.
know. So we've got 5 full-week runs, 2 5-show weekend Broadway shows. We have 3 season specials, and we have 2 outreach shows.
That's a
It's
lot.
going to be amazing.
I'm exhausted.
So, he's tired of
hasn't started
He's taking some vitamin D and some B12. So,
Where we're going, we don't need roads. Broadway Theater and Oasis Incorporated present the 25-26 Broadway season. Back to the Future, the beloved cinematic classic, is now a spectacular Broadway musical. Adapted by the original film creators and featuring all your favorite moments. You're in for 1.21 gigawatts of pure entertainment.
We're here to tell you a fable.
A farm to fable.
Shocked, the hilarious musical comedy all about life in a small town and corn. And more corn. The corn-fed, cornbread American musical will keep you shucking with laughter. Welcome to Hadestown, where a song can change your fate. Hadestown is a haunting and hopeful experience that grabs you and never lets go. Winner of 8 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. For 65 years, The Sound of Music has been one of our favorite things. With its timeless story, the Rodgers and Hammerstein classic is meant to be shared and enjoyed.
In my play, Romeo and Juliet are star-crossed lovers who both meet a tragic end.
Maybe it's not an ending at all. What if she wakes up and decides to just move on?
Broadway's fun hit musical and Juliet. Imagine what would happen next if Juliet hadn't ended it all over Romeo and got a second chance at life and love on her terms, complete with a playlist of iconic pop hits. Mrs. Doubtfire, everyone's favorite Scottish nanny, is headed to town in a feel-good, family-friendly musical that is a big-hearted comedy that proves we're better together. Water for Elephants, the best-selling novel, comes to life in a new musical that will fill your imagination and steal your heart. Season specials, PlayStation, The Concert, The Choir of Man, Richard Thomas in Mark Twain Tonight, the student and family outreach shows, Dino Light, The Popovich, Comedy Pit Theater, season tickets on sale April 1st. Pick 3+ packages on sale April 14th. Visit BroadwayTheaterLeague.org.
Log on to BroadwayTheaterLeague.org, look through all the shows, pick all your favorites, get you a season ticket, because what is special about this year? We now have season tickets on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. Isn't that amazing? So your weekends can be completely free, especially in the fall when you have to go to the games. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you come, you see your Broadway shows, and you can still do your football on the weekend. Visit BroadwayTheaterLeague.org, and we will see you there.
And one thing with having more season seats, if you wanted to move up, say if you're sitting in Orchestra 2 and you want to sit in Orchestra Center, get in early, you can make that happen.
Pick of the seats for season seats on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Heather, for coming on, being on with us.
So enjoyed
Great
it.
fun.
I hope you had fun.
I got to sing.
You did?
I shouldn't have sang, but
Well
I got to
done.
sing.
Yes.
And you kept us mostly in line. And to all you guys, I want to say thank you for all your help in making the season we are currently in as successful as it has been, and moving us into a season like this.
Yes.
We will see you all very soon at the shows. Get your tickets, get your packages, and we'll see you at the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.